Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel and welcome to your daily update. Let's jump straight into the reading and see what's going on with Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine Collective today. At the end, I will use my Hermit Tarot deck, my talking cards, to get us some messages between the twins. Tomorrow, I'm planning to do the Divine Masculine reading, and then on Monday, most likely, it's gonna be the lunar eclipse reading, because we are experiencing one on 17/18th of September, depending on where you are in the world. For us here in New York, it's gonna be very late into the 17th. So I want to make sure that we get additional guidance, we are prepared for the peak, and you know what's going on. I think you can only witness it. Well, actually, you will be witnessing. Maybe we'll be able to witness it from America, and obviously, you can always Google in which other parts of the world it's visible. It's a partial eclipse, so it may not be such a big deal to see. Lunar eclipses are, unless they're full eclipse, like total eclipses, they're not really that visible. But of course, the meaning of it, the symbolism is great. It's the eclipse in Pisces. So we'll definitely be asking us to look into our connection with the spirit, with the divine, with the cosmos, you know, and how much are we actually allowing ourselves to free fall or free fly into the space, you know, and explore and be ourselves, whatever that means. Okay, so we're starting with an oracle card. I've got the Hidden Realms, the Guides of the Hidden Realms with me today. That's the latest deck by Colette Baron Wright. I saw a video about it, I loved it, I bought it. Feminines, your card is number 28. All the time in the world. Oh wow. Talking about time. So the points here are having enough time, time management. Yeah, so this is a topic for you to pay attention to look into, to understand in terms of time management, what is it that you could be doing better? And better doesn't necessarily mean fitting more in 24 hours a day, right? It's like it needs to be a good work-life balance, right? You need to have definitely time for yourself, some time for creativity where you don't necessarily have it structured. Of course, other areas you want have to have a little more structure so that you can be efficient and achieve what you need to achieve, right? And definitely not to overwork yourself, right? So it's not necessarily do more, but it's becoming more aware of how you spend your time and also understanding what are you spending your time on. So I also recommend, especially if you already have a journal, to journal also with the times, like this is what I was doing at this time, at that time, at that time. Do it at least for a week, and then you can analyze, and you can even do, of course, if you are a little bit geeky like me with project management background, you can do like the you can do even like a manual kind of report where you can color code those different activities, and you can see, for example, one would be work or studying, education, whatever it is. One would be time with the family. One would be home chores. One would be self-care and wellness. One would be, I don't know, sleep, fitness training, whatever else, like the big ones are for you, right? And you will see how much time, like on average, percentage-wise, are you spending in those. And where maybe there will be some area where it's too little or too much, and you're like, wow, I'm spending so much time on this. Yeah, so you'll have more visibility. That's what I'm trying to say. For masculines, we have treasures in the deep and dark. Shadow work, healing old wounds. Yeah, I mean, shadow work never gets old, really. But I do agree that, especially in this time when we're approaching the eclipses, we're approaching the autumnal equinox, this is the time when there is more consideration, I would say, of older wounds, or even the collective wounding, the generational karma, basically wounds that are bigger than just our own story. And with some of them, you may even understand that it's not really, you didn't start that line, you know? There's a book that's called It Didn't Start With You about this topic. So there will be some kind of a clue for you to understand that there are certain patterns in your life that are not really serving you, they're not helpful, but you can change the storyline. You can change things around by acknowledging it and working through it, even though it may not necessarily resonate just because you didn't have any specific life events in your lifetime, in this lifetime, that correspond to this, of how it could have been brought about. I am using the Muse Tarot today, and we've got the Muse at the bottom of the deck, Muse of Inspiration. This is the King of Wands in the regular deck. Ooh, beautiful deck. So the Muse of Inspiration is a little bit of a tautology for me, because I feel like Muse and Inspiration, they're kind of not necessarily exactly the same, but they are very close terms, right? But this is almost like double confirmation that at this time, if in doubt, go for inspiration and kind of losing yourself in the fun, childlike wonder and exploration, whether it's more artistic, more scientific, more connected with fitness, whatever it is, you know, but give yourself that space and that permission. Four of Pentacles here. So yeah, it's very important not to get hung up on this, not to be setting up expectations there that could be too high. You know, like sometimes the fun time can actually be very, not just interrupted, but actually blocked energetically, because you are trying to plan that as well, or you setting yourself goals. Like I'm just starting to do, I don't know, watercolors, right? And I want to be able to have something that I can share with friends and family, I don't know, in a few days from now. So, you know, and that already puts pressure on you. And you may not think that it puts the pressure immediately today, but that's not what your brain is doing. And it's not what's happening energetically, because you already put that exact expectation on yourself, you know? So be very careful with that. I mean, I know that example was a little bit abstract, but you know what I mean. Okay. Feminines, you've got Nine of Voices, clarified by Page of Cups. Nine of Voices is Nine of Swords. Page of Cups here is trying to kind of soothe and nurture that anxiety, that panic attack, whatever feminines could be anxious about. I was going to record an episode today about yin and yang balance. It didn't work out that way, unfortunately. We're figuring out what happened. But the point of that episode, and I will record it at some point anyway, is that when our inner masculine or feminine is disbalanced, that's when all this pendulum kind of feeling start of like not feeling steady, not feeling present, right? And anxiety and panic is one of those, right? For feminines, this could especially manifest itself if there is a disbalance of the inner feminine energy. Masculines, Five of Voices, clarified by Eight of Swords. So Five of Swords, Eight of Swords. So many swords today. I mean, seriously, I would say the general, I love that message with the inspiration that we got for both twins. It feels like we just need to really quiet our mind today, because masculines are even deeper in that rut of like over complicating things in their head, over setting too high of expectations to themselves and to people around, right? And that creates even more struggle, because if we can't meet those expectations, right, there's the dissonance of disappointment, anger, whatever else it can be. So there's a lot of that tantrum energy that I'm getting in the divine masculine's life. And that again is calling us to connect to our inner child and to soothe our inner child through childlike fun, through doing something artistic, creative, or anything where we feel creative, where we want to explore, where we feel like this is our playground, right? Figuratively or literally, it's up to you really. What depends on what you are into. Additional question is Two of Emotions, clarified by the Fool. So this is Two of Cups, right? There is a chance of a new start of the soulmate relationship, and it can be a connection between the twins. It can also be and I know that soulmates, twin flames are different, but let's just put it that way. Soulmates is a more umbrella term. So all twin flames are soulmates, but not all soulmates are twin flames. So there is still, for twin flame, soulmate connection is still very relevant, right? It may not manifest itself romantically, by the way. So that's another point to remember. But also this could be about meeting a soulmate that could be very helpful right now is what each of the twins is trying to solve. It's just more about recognizing it. And again, the full energy is all about keeping it light, you know, not being overly serious about it. And that's when the soulmate can really get attracted in. What do feminines need to know about this? We have the Chariot in reverse, clarified by Queen of Cups. Yeah, so it's not so much about moving forward or rushing with something. It's more about attracting with emotional intelligence, attracting with kindness and empathy. Yeah, so this is about balancing the inner feminine energy. That's what I'm getting for the feminines here. For masculines, we have Page of Materials clarified by the Moon. I mean, the Moon, I've already talked a lot about the eclipse, which is, by the way, the full moon. So nation-wise, it's going to be the full moon event. I will obviously talk about it more in a dedicated reading. But for now, Page of Pentacles here. Again, and I love the roses, of course. So this is like a very sweet gesture that the masculines are receiving, actually. But again, it's about recognizing that there is support, that it's not a joke, that it's not just to tease them or get them angry, right? But it's like this little sign from the universe, a synchronicity of like, hey, you got this, you are awesome, right? So masculines watching is for you to recognize, and if it pisses you off still, look into that, right? We're talking about emotions and feelings closer to the full moon. Feelings and emotions get even stronger. You know, it may get intense one way or the other, but your task is to be able to use the tools that you have, and I've continually talked about it, that each of us should have those tools, whatever they are, to be able to get back to center, to balance, to ground yourself, right? So whatever those are, this is the time. Okay, let's get some messages from masculines to feminines, first of all. Not an easy deck to shuffle, but I'm doing my best. I'll also start packing for my trip this weekend. Oh, and tomorrow I have my dance show, finally. I'm so excited. Oh my god. I hope to be able to share at least a clip from it with you guys. But yeah, it's gonna be the best. So, maybe sex. And I meant what I said. So, masculines have an urge, you know, they're feeling the pull of the sexual energy. But at the same time, they're also recognizing that it may not be the best decision. Take it however it resonates for you, right? But they're stopping themselves not because they don't want it, but because they know that they don't want this to be read incorrectly by the feminine if they approach in this way, and they're not ready with like full-on 100% presence for the feminine, right? And that's why they are now, this is definitely a process of personal growth, understanding that if they can show up fully, then they don't want to show up just in this energy, right? And I meant what I said, whatever was the last conversation that maybe feminine didn't take seriously, whether it was positive or negative, take it how it resonates. Masculine's the same, that that's really what's going on. That's what it is. Whether it's simple or complicated, whether it's happy or unhappy, and that was important information. So maybe go back into that, feminines, if you feel like that could be important. Messages from feminines to masculines. I'm sorry, I would do anything for you. So feminines see more and more of how masculines either already are or are becoming more of a match, more of a divine partner, life partner on this road, right? So they want to say sorry for maybe doubting that before, or not seeing beyond the external surface, but they're now saying that, you know, I see you now, right? I see you more and more. And just so you know, this is a message directly to the masculines. I would do anything for you. So if you need anything, you know, like in that Toy Story song, you've got a friend in me, and you can always come to me with that, and I'll help you with whatever I can. I am gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I gotta run. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And until next time.